Sorry about the lighting. I'm in the parking lot right now on my lunch. Yeah, lunch, and I forgot my food, so I'm not gonna eat anything. Okay, so you guys know I've been working a lot. That's why, first of all, I haven't had time to do my homework or go out, you know. And I told you guys that I was gonna make a video of why I quit Ulta, and so this is the video. This is it. Today I'm going to talk about why I quit Ulta, why I don't like working there, why I hate Ulta now. I know that hate is a strong word, but I really do hate Ulta. Like the Ulta that I worked at. I know that every Ulta is different, and I hope that everyone else that works at Ulta loves working there, but my experience was bad. I would never work there again. I was only there for about a month or so. Yeah, I think a little bit over a month. So yeah, let's get
Crack it.
Okay, this is the finished look. Okay, so here's some background for you to understand why I hate Ulta so much, okay? So a year ago, I was working at Macy's, and they hired me as they hired me for the area of cosmetics, and I started off being a flex. So a flex means you can get to work in all the counters. That means you get to work in Clinique, Lancome, Estee Lauder, Shiseido, and sometimes fragrance, sometimes, not really. So as a flex, you can pick up shifts from each counter and work there. And of course, you have to learn so much. You have to learn things about each counter, where everything's at, each line. You have to learn a lot of knowledge. So usually they all try to help you out to learn everything about the specific counter. Like for Estee Lauder, I didn't get to learn a lot about their skincare because it's really detailed, but I got to know the basics about their serum and just their makeup removers and stuff like that. But I didn't really get to know much about each line. But I really got to know about the makeup portion of it. That was the double wear for covering tattoos, and all that makeup stuff. And every time that I was at that counter, I would focus on foundation. So I would be like, hey, I love the double wear. I would wear it every single day. I'm wearing double wear right now. I love double wear. If you're looking for full coverage, double wear is the one you want. Anyway, when I was working at Lancome, same thing. You have to learn everything about Lancome. You have to learn, big thing. We usually do gift with purchase for about a month and a half or so for each counter. They just rotate. So for the month of July, Lancome will be giving out a gift with purchase with $35 or more. Shiseido will be giving a gift with purchase in September for $50 or more if you spend. And we have to call them, and then we just have to let them know, hey, we're going to be giving this away. Do you want to sign up for all of this? So I had a lot of knowledge. I learned so much through Macy's. If you want to get into makeup, if you really are looking for a place to learn, I would recommend you starting at Macy's and then go to a better place. Okay, so they kept me after, so I was only seasonal, and they kept me after Christmas. Yes, so you guys know customers loved me, everyone loved me. And then after seasonal, I got my title of Impulse. So they gave me a raise. I was no longer flex, I was Impulse now. So I had my counter, I had my little thing going on. I was in charge of that. I was in charge of calling people, making appointments, giving them the knowledge and all that, you know, taking out product, knowing what everything's about. And I was also working in fragrance. But my counter was Impulse, and I would help out in fragrance since I was there and stuff. But if you're working at Macy's in the cosmetics section, you help everything. You don't just stay in one place. Even if you're not a flex and there's someone that needs help in Estee Lauder, you go to Estee and you help them out. So everyone knows a little bit of everything. So I was a little sponge, and then I learned so much. And I felt like, wow, I like this job. And then I ended up leaving because the hours were bad. And I just didn't want to stay there anymore. So I worked somewhere else. And then eventually I ended up at Ulta. So Ulta, let's get started with freaking Ulta. So when they hired me, they're like, you're applied for a beauty advisor, so we're gonna hire you as a beauty advisor. And in my mind, I am like, beauty advisor, that means that I advise people on makeup and their purchase, and I let them know what products I like, and I give them knowledge about their product that they're buying. Like, I'm gonna be helping customers on the floor, right? Like, in my mind, I was like, I'm probably gonna be doing foundation matching, probably gonna be doing product knowledge, all that, right? So they just told me that I'm gonna help customers and this and that. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I'm only part-time too, so yeah. For me, part-time is at least 20 to 25 hours. Okay, so my first week at Ulta, I worked about 15 hours, and we get paid every 2 weeks. So that sucks, so bad. And I was only at the cash wrap. They only had me at the cash wrap. And I was like, okay. So then when there was no customers, I went around to help customers. And they were like, hey, we need you back at the cash wrap. And I'm like, okay, I'll be there. And I kept trying to help customers out with their purchase and stuff when there was no customers in line. But they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me leave the cash wrap. So basically, I was a cashier because they wouldn't let me leave that place. I could do go bags, but that's pretty much it. I couldn't leave the cash wrap. And that got me really mad because I told them I used to work at Macy's. I have a lot of knowledge, this and that and that. And why they didn't tell me, hey, we're only going to keep you at the cash wrap. You can't walk around and help customers out. Because in my mind, if you're a beauty advisor, you help customers around. You don't just stay in one place and are the cashier, you know, especially when you have knowledge, prior knowledge to getting in Ulta. So if you have no knowledge of makeup or whatever, you can be a cashier at Ulta, that's no problem. But for me, it's not that I feel like I'm worth more, which I am worth a lot, but I feel like I have so much knowledge and it's just sitting there. Why am I going to be a cashier? If I wanted to be a cashier, I would have applied somewhere else. I don't mind being a cashier and going around helping customers. I don't mind doing 2 things, but I don't want to just be doing 1 thing. And it just got me so mad that it kept me at the cash wrap and I couldn't help customers. And I just hate working as a cashier. It's so repetitive. On the weekends, the lines are huge. And every time I help someone, I have to tell them I can help the next customer. And then I have to tell them, what's your phone number for the reward card? Do you have a reward card? Every time they come up. That's all I did, and I rang them up. And it just got me so mad because they wouldn't let me do anything. Like, I tried to show them, hey, I can do more things. And they just didn't care. They just kept me there. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get anywhere. Makeup used to be my passion, and I love makeup right now, but I don't want to be a cashier. So then I looked for a different job, and I got a different job somewhere else. And also, the hours there sucked. If you are part-time, the hours suck. They would only have me there for 4 hours per day. Once I worked, a few times I worked 10 hours per week. It was so bad. I was only working like twice a week. Like, do you think I'm going to live off of that? Like, no way. Yeah, my availability was like open. Right after school and the weekends open, like, why couldn't I get more hours? Like, yeah, I wasn't full-time. I'm part-time, so can I at least get 20 hours? And they have a lot of people, I know that, because they don't want everyone to be full-time, but that was just not fair. And from the beginning, I asked him, hey, how are the hours? Do you guys have good hours? Like, do you guys need more people, or are you guys full? And he told me, oh, the hours are there. And I'm like, oh, okay, so the hours are there. Or when I asked him, hey, can I have more hours? Like, I'm available, but you're only giving me 10. They're like, oh, we don't have any more hours, this and that. I'm just like, okay. So I guess he lied. I guess he lied about the hours. He lied about me being a beauty advisor. Like, are you kidding me? So that was my horrible experience with Ulta. I regret applying there, honestly. It was a waste of time. It really was a waste of time. And they do play favorites. They give their favorite people more hours. They give everyone else that they knew for longer more hours. I don't know. And also, when you're working at Ulta, like, you should have a full face of makeup on. Sometimes girls will like work with no makeup on, and I'm like, what? Like, she's not wearing makeup because she got here at 6 in the morning, yet it's Ulta, she's on the floor, so what is she doing? It just got me mad. Like, she's allowed to not wear makeup when she's like helping a customer at the cash wrap, but I'm not. Like, no equality. So, also the managers, for me, the managers there were not helpful at all. I feel like they were not professional. I've never felt like they were professional. And one of them, I got in trouble one time, and I never get in trouble. And when she talked to me about it, I didn't like her attitude. And I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, yeah, I know I made a mistake, this and that. Yet, I just didn't like her attitude. So that day, I gave my 2 weeks. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I hate that store. That store, I hate it. Like, I'll go to another Ulta, I just hate that store. So, if you really want to learn about product knowledge, customer service, and all that, go to Macy's. I applied at Macy's. That's an amazing store to work at. Macy's taught me so much. My manager there, she was so sweet. I missed it a lot, but you know, I had to move on. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope that you guys liked it. This is my honest opinion about Ulta and the workers there and all that. So yeah, I didn't make up any lies because I don't have to make up lies, you know. That was my experience. I tried to have the best experience I could there, and it just didn't work out, you know. So if you guys are looking for a job, do your research before you apply, because you might end up hating it like I did. So thanks, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah.